that was annoying as fuck. Hopefully you guys are all back on here. Sorry about that. Don't know what happened. Okay. See if anybody comes back here. You ever tried Japanese century? If you did, let's see. I'm gonna keep this open. Let me see if I can get a new. You guys coming back? 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, that was really annoying. I cut everybody off and everybody's gone. God damn it. Fucking technology. Fail. YouTube, fail. For fuck's sakes, Mike. Let's see here. Goddamn technology not working. He's bailing out. Let me see here. Let's see. See if we can get you guys. Reload for the fresh stream. Okay. All right. Well, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. That's a great way to kill. That's a great way to kill the stream. Sorry, team. What'd I do, Trev? What'd I say? I wasn't talking about you guys when I was cussing. I was cussing at technology, Trevor, if you're still here. I don't know what I said, but I was not yelling at you guys. I was yelling at the technology, that it was failing me. Okay, so where were we? Let's see, I'll go back to the questions that I had before. Make sure I get them all. Although I should probably just go for new questions because I don't know who made it back. Let's see. Where was I here? Noel's supposed to be asleep. Summer staff are supposed to be asleep 11. It's currently 12:11. Yay for bussers. Yep, Pringle. There's a girl. Rashad V. I have an interview tomorrow at a new restaurant. I want to work my way up to bartender. I have no experience, but I was going to start as a host. That's a good call, buddy. Anything that will work to get you in the door is what you need to do. So everybody's like, what the hell? And everybody's gone. Let's see. Did you ever try the Japanese century? If you did, do you like it? I have not. Let's see. Let's get everybody back before I answer. Oh, there's Mario. Yeah. You. So yeah, question, Mario. Did you ever try the Japanese century? If you did you like it? I have not tried that. Have not. Noel says my phone is taking all the internet to perform updates. I guess I'll catch you later. Yeah. You can't do updates while watching streaming, I don't think. Pringles have a hard time distinguishing the difference between all the dark brown liquors. Can you help? What do you mean, Pringle? Are you back over here? I'm going back and forth between the two pages. What do you mean, Pringle, like about the dark liquors? What are you talking about? Like just aged liquors in general? Or like whiskeys, or what makes a liquor brown? Brown liquor is a general terminology that is not really accurate that people use to describe whiskeys, when really any alcohol can be brown, quote unquote brown. It happens brown if it's not from food coloring or added coloring, happens from aging in barrels, which almost every type of alcohol out there can be aged in barrels that will change the color. Okay. And then we got to the end of that. Okay, cool. So we'll be over here now. You. All right. Thanks for hanging in there. everybody. Well, we lost like half the team there. So I have difficulty. Pringle wants to know I have difficulty between like bourbon, whiskey, scotch, mix up these types of alcohols. So those are technically all whiskeys, right? So scotch is a type or style of whiskey from Scotland. Bourbon is a type of whiskey. Whiskeys, they get confusing, and they're basically, the difference is the ingredients that go into them and the areas that they're made. That's a gross oversimplification of what they really are, but bourbon, whiskey, scotch are all whiskeys. Obviously whiskey, but like bourbon is a whiskey, scotch is a whiskey, and rye is a whiskey. So whiskey is a classification that covers a lot of stuff. Bourbon, and I have videos for each of these. I don't know if Shake made it back. Oh yeah, he is. So I have, if you go onto the liquor playlists, I have videos about each of the different types of alcohols, Pringle. So go watch those. So I have the ones about scotch and bourbon and whiskey, and as well as all the rest of the, gin, vodka, tequila. Watch each of those, and it'll explain. It'll kind of you'll hopefully clarify the difference between each of those. Uplift bartending, what's up? Yep, made it back. Had to restart the stream. I don't know what happened there. It was the app itself. It was not my camera. It was the YouTube app fail. So hopefully it doesn't freeze again. If I lose you guys again, then we'll call it for tonight. But hopefully we'll keep going for a little while here. All right. So if you had any other questions on the other, let's see. I still have this up. Let me see if I can go back and catch any other relevant questions. Miss Swishaha started as a server and then moved to bartending, and now I manage the restaurant. Keep going and having fun with it. Yeah, there you go. Moving up the chain, girl. I'm assuming girl because it says Miss Swisha and you have the Hello Kitty as a picture. So I'm assuming you're a girl. Rashad B, interview tomorrow. Is going to start as... Oh, yeah. Okay. I already got that one. All right. Sorry. I'm going back and forth between the stream chats. All right. Here we go. All right. All bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. True. Absolutely. Bourbon, to be considered bourbon. And we're going to do it now because all that stuff to make the distinction is, I have a whole other videos about that. So go watch those. But bourbon, true bourbon has to be made in a certain area. It has to have a certain percentage of corn to other ingredients made in it, and has to have a certain type of barrel used in the aging process. Like it has to be used in charred oak barrels so they burn on the inside of it. And so there's subtle stuff like that they use to just kind of change the flavor characteristics. So yes, thank you, Nathan. Good call on that. Mariole, do you think the White Russian with soda will upset the stomach? I think actually the soda will help calm the stomach. Soda water carbonation tends to help. Oh, yeah, there's a good link. So go check out that video, Pringle, that Shake just put up. Brandy, cognac, armagnac, and then also the whiskey video. So go watch each of those. Very good. Mariole, do you think white version soda? Okay, so soda, carbonated water, club, whatever you want to call it, depending on where you're from, I think helps settle the stomach. Anytime I have kind of a weird, unsettled stomach, I'll just make a little soda water, carbonated water, maybe little dashes of bitter and like a lime or a lemon on there, and then drink that. And that tends to help settle. I think because the carbonation helps everything kind of just, it's like if you had a bag full of random shit, and if you kind of shake it, then it'll sort of settle down. I kind of feel like carbonated water or really any kind of carbonated beverages will help that at the same time. So, yeah, could be a little bit unique, but I think that would be good. Give it a shot, Mario. Gaming Noob, what up? Singles Pringle, welcome. Gaming Noob, finally started training as a bar back at my job. Going to be in a soccer-themed sports bar, and the World Cup is next week. Rest in peace. You're going to get your ass handed to you, buddy. That's good, though. I mean, that's the best way to do it, really, is just get thrown to the fire and sink or swim kind of a thing. Just go big or go home. And working in a soccer-themed bar, that's pretty cool. Where are you, noob? I've never seen a soccer-themed bar. I'm a big soccer fan, so that's why I'm curious. I'm sure you've told us before. Taylor Richardson, yes, starting very late. I had friends over, and I did not want to skip the stream, so I just turned this bitch on and seeing who showed up. So stoked you guys are all here. Ah, it's in Dallas, right? Is that what you said? Or is that Shake saying that? Noob. What'd you say, noob? Got retracted. That's where you're at. You'll be all right, though. Barback. Good thing about barback is it's like, even if it gets busy, you can kind of hide from people. I find that the stress that people have... oh, Chicago. All right, sweet. Chicago bar. Nice. The stress comes from the interaction with the people or your perception of the interaction that you're going to have with the people. So, like, as a barback, your interaction is primarily with your bartenders. So while you'll be really fucking busy, it's more of a like breaking a sweat and working your ass off, almost feel like you're going to be doing manual labor type work, versus like when you're really busy in a bartend, then you have that element of managing people wanting their drinks really fast or faster because it's the bar is busy and they're not getting stuff as fast, so you can feel that kind of anxiety that people have is like, I want to drink, so like, as a barback, you're going to be busy, but you don't have that happening, so it's not quite as stressful. Does that make sense? Nathan N, I think any drinks with milk can give an upset stomach. True, but I think the soda water was his question. I think that would help make it less upsetting. But you're right, milk's, I used to work at a snowboard camp a long time ago. And we used to do, I'm sure you guys have seen or heard of the gallon of milk challenge. So you can't drink a gallon of milk. I think it's an hour, in an hour, because the level of lactose in your body will just like projectile vomit out of it. And so we used to take our little campers, and those that we would challenge them if they think they could do it. And of course, a few of them always would. And they would try to chug it, and then they would just get, they'd end up puking milk all over the place. But anyway, good fun. Shit you do when you work at a camp. You take advantage of the little camper kids because they look up to you when you work at a snowboard camp, and it's okay. Brad Thoreau. Or is it Brad the Riot? I think I was saying Brad the Riot last time. Good to see you, buddy. Are there any drinks that incorporate any THC, CBD, 420 ingredients or products? Let's invent one and call it the Humboldt Grasshopper or something. Funny you should say that, Brad. That is legitimately one of the products that I'm working on. That is one of the 420 business ideas that I'm bringing to market, is a THC and CBD infused product line. Now, you're not really going to be able to get THC into the bars yet. The legislation, and not to turn this into like a weed legislation live stream because we're all here talking about bartending. Basically, the laws right now, it's not feasible not to do it in an establishment. Maybe at home, yes, and that's what this will be. It would be fun to make that, and then we could make our own drink and make a video and get it out there to the world, and we could call it a Humboldt Grasshopper for sure. But yes, the CBD stuff you can do because of the federal legality of it, but the THC you cannot. However, we're going to make a whole infused product line, and some of it's going to be for drinks. So what do you guys, what do you, that will be watching this stuff, if you're the type that likes to participate in that type of thing, would you be interested in a THC and or CBD infused mixer? Let me know. Whiskey Video, thanks Shake for linking all those videos, buddy. Mariole, he did in his old videos. I never did that before, so I'm kind of curious. Oh, sorry, missed the White Russian, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that was in my old dive bartending videos. So, Bruce Baja Humboldt Hemp Vodka, seen that before. $25 a bottle. Yeah, that's like the hemp, so it's like the CBD and or maybe just not at all. So we're trying to do like legitimately infused stuff, so measured. And me and my buddy, we're working on that. So I have a friend who's started a few companies in that industry out here in California. And I have another friend who's like a head grower at this huge recreational farm facility up in Northern California. And he's going to be giving us our goodies that we need. Gammy Noob, Chicagonian. I'm totally Chicagoan. See, I don't even know how to say that. Stupid California kook. It's called Globe Pub, and it's in formerly the Arsenal fan club. Yeah, my man. I don't know if you knew that. I'm an Arsenal fan. It's also getting remodeled, so I'm starting in a super fresh place. That'll be nice. Although, I will tell you, Noob, that I started also in a new place. That's kind of like where my nightclub history comes from. The place that I opened, it was basically like a nightclub, and it was all brand new. And that was partially, I don't want to say it was just that establishment's fault, but that experience was kind of what turned me off to that world because it was so late. And my point was that it was brand new. Everything was brand new, built from the ground up, you know, $2.5 million. And they wanted to keep it pristine. So when they closed, and we closed and cleaned the place, they would go through and like literally, the manager would like white glove test. They would walk through the bar and they would like wipe their hands on shit, and they would feel for sticky, dirty stuff. And not kidding you, it would take us like 3 hours to fucking close this place after it closed down. And I saw First Light twice in 1 week, and that was when I was like, nope, this is not for me, because I like to be getting up at this time to go surf, not to be going home at this time to go to bed. So that's why I can't. That's why I'm not really. I'm too old and too into my lifestyle to work at nightclubs. But oh, I got a mosquito. I got him. That's cool. I'll come visit you out at Chicago at the Globe Pub, Arsenal fan club. Epic, buddy. All right, Mario Lee. What types of cocktails that girls, women order most in your place? Oh man, that depends depending on where you're at. One bar, you could be in the same. You can be in my same town where I work, and it depends on the theme of the bar, right? Oh, I'm just dragging again. Fuck. So hopefully you're okay. I can see it shaking again. I don't want it to freeze. But like they can come in our place and they drink margaritas, and then go next door and it's like kind of a different vibe, and they'll order wine. So partially it's what they just drink on a regular basis. Partially it's what they are in the establishment for. So if your place is known for something, they're probably going to drink that. But generally in my place, you got margaritas, you got wine, and a lot of vodka drinks. Or most of the girls what are drinking in my place, personally. Nathan says we have a drink called the Blue Milk, and it's as follows: 1 ounce Malibu, 1 ounce Amaretto, blue Curacao, 1 ounce cream, 2 ounce milk, shake and strain into a pint glass over ice. Not one of my recommendations. Yeah, that just sounds like a stomach ache in a glass. Although I see Malibu, amaretto, blue curacao, cream, milk. Wow, that would be really sweet. Holy shit. And blue, kind of a darkish bluish. It would look cool, but I don't know if I would drink that. Definitely would not drink that. I mean, I would try it, but I sure as hell wouldn't order it. Yeah, the Star Wars reference. I don't know. Blue milk. Interesting. Yeah, soda water helps, especially ginger ale. Candy, it's blue milk, a Star Wars reference. Oh. I didn't know. Big Star Wars reference. Blue milk. Maybe I'll make that. Send me that. Let me see if I can. I don't want to make that. I don't want to make that. I don't know. Maybe we could make it. It'd be cool looking. I don't know if I want to recommend that to anybody, though. I'll think about that one. Let me take a little screenshot just to see if I want to do that one. I don't know. All right. Nathan in Star Wars. Yes. Okay. I do read it. Pringle, did you enjoy being a busser? Well, I enjoyed being a bartender more, but it's all good. It's all gives you experience and knowledge about the industry, which will be valuable down the road, no matter where you are at in the industry. Yeah, the Bantham Blue Milk brought to you by Sinopolis Luxury Cinemas. Oh, God. Yeah. It's a bad call. It's a bad call. But I'm sure they sold a lot of it during Star Wars stuff, right? Do you guys sell a lot of those, Nathan? Sequential Biz. Can learning to bartend help you become a successful nightclub promoter? Maybe. I think so, because you would get to know your clientele really well. And your clientele is who you're going to be marketing to when you're promoting and trying to recruit when you're promoting. So I would say yes. Yeah, definitely. I think any elements or any direct customer interaction positions anywhere in the service industry will overlap in their ability to help you do your job better. So even if you're a host, you learn how to talk to people, or if you're a busser, you know, you learn how people are really effing messy. And I don't know. I think it all overlaps. There's some THC coffee shops here in Denver. Yeah. So some states I know, Shake. No, I'm a little bit behind on the comments I see now. There are some states where the legislation is allowing for public consumption coffee shops. So when that happens, it's still going to be a long ways before alcohol and, you know, weed products of any sort are going to be allowed to be consumed in the same place. But it will happen eventually. It's coming. It's not there yet. So this is the stuff that I was talking about. This is going to be more for like home consumption. That's why I was curious if you guys would be curious about that. So again, Candy, thank you for the answer on that. Just be careful with the drug interaction between alcohol and THC. The weed inhibits vomiting, and sometimes who drinks too much kind of needs to vomit. Yeah, but at the same time, Nathan, it also can like accentuate the spin effect and will increase the likelihood of vomiting. As anyone who has been really drunk and then got really high will tell you. At least that's what happened to me in my body. And most of the people that I've seen, and if you consume it along with it, yeah, that's obviously the concern and the question mark. But just one of those kind of like, what do you think about that idea is why I'm curious. Right. Well, shit, I was going to give out my recipe, but now I'm thinking royalty teal first. Of course, man. I'll give you shout outs all the time. I don't make any money on my recipes. Shit. It's just bragging rights. Mario Lay, I love Man United. Make fun of our friend who's an Arsenal fan about number 4 all the time. Shit, I'm on number 4. The last few years, we're number 6. We'll be lucky to get to number 4. Yeah, Arsenal's in a huge transitionary period of that club. So always a fan, right? It's good. I almost like when my sports teams, whatever the sport may be. I always like when they're sucking for a little bit. You don't want them to suck all the time. You don't want to, it'd be tough to be like a Cleveland Browns fan or something. But every once in a while, because even if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, shit, it'll show you who are the real fans. Because it's easy to be a fan of a team that's always winning. Like if you're in the soccer world, anybody who's like a fucking Real Madrid or a Barcelona fan, it's like it's easy to be a fan, or like Bayern Munich. It's like it's easy to be a fan of those clubs because they fucking win everything. And even PSG now, so or someday, hopefully. Anyway, not to talk about soccer because most people don't give a shit about soccer, bro. Bruce of Baja, Pacific Beach Bar, and girls here love mega margaritas. Pacific Beach Bar, girls here love mega margaritas. Bruce of Baja, are you in San Diego, buddy? You need to come visit me, man. I'm up in North County, up in San Diego. Rashad V, and hit me up. I'm looking for local, anybody who's watching this, Bruce and Baja, right? If you're a bartender and you're in San Diego, send me an email. I'm trying to find local bartenders that are working, or even if you're not working, even if you just want to be a bartender, if you're anywhere in the San Diego area, send me an email because I need subjects for the interviews segment of this channel. So send me an email at support@bartendingblueprint.com if you're not opposed to having me come over and have a few beers with you and plop you into the camera. I promise I'll make you look cool and smart and handsome, or whatever you may like. I usually order regular drinks. This is Rashad V. But who do you... Wait, hold on. I usually order regular drinks, but what do you do when someone orders a drink you are not familiar with? You ask them, is the easiest thing. Fess up's like, oh, I don't know that one. What's in it? How do you make it? Ask them. Just ask them. I do it all the time. Or no, I mean, not all the time, but it happens from time to time. I've been doing this a long time. But still, even when you're starting out, it's okay. Just ask them, like, I'm not familiar with that. What's in that? How do you make it? If they don't know, if you have a book, you can look it up, or you can do the old, like, go around the corner, or, whatever, look it up on your phone. Just Google that shit. So, Charles Anthony Cano, hey. Got the right. It's grasshopper, skunky dank oil infusion, a little creamer and yummier than grasshopper. Warms up the big time. Skunky dank oil infusion, a little creamier and yummier than grasshopper. I like that. Brad the right. I definitely will give you credit on that. 100%, buddy. Charles in the Cano, happy to see you're doing a live chat again. Yeah, I've been doing these every week. This one's just like exceptionally late. We're really late. My wife texted me like a while ago, like, I'm going to bed. Bye. Super E-Train 123. Would you ever open up your own bar? Somebody actually, I was talking to somebody about this at my bar today when I worked. If it's not something I'm looking to do, but if the perfect storm of somebody who I knew or was a good friend of mine and had the financial backing, and we had a location that was just prime, and it came with like a full liquor license already, and the theme that we wanted to do for the bar wasn't being served in the area that would do really well in that area, then yes. And that sounds like a lot of very strict criteria, but you need to have that because there's a reason that 95% of all establishments, bars, restaurants, whatever, fail within the first 5 years. 95%. That means you got a 5% success rate within 5 years. That's really low odds. And most of the time, if you raised a bunch of money, you basically are out. You got to explain to somebody like, sorry, I lost your $500,000. Sorry. So I'm not really into that. So I would, if that kind of perfect storm of things came together, then I would consider becoming a part of a team to open a bar. But it's not something I'm chasing right now, Super E-Train. Well, I know you guys got a lot of... Oh, we got a bunch of... I'm way behind on comments. I'll get to you guys' stuff. The only dairy I drink is Irish cream. Nice shake. I like that. Yeah, I don't really do a whole lot of dairy anymore, which is ironic because I grew up on a dairy farm. What's the highest amount you made in one day, Mario Lay? My record is, I think, just shy of $600. I think it's like five something, 550, 560. I don't remember. Yeah, I think it's, yeah, I think it's just shy of $600 is my highest take in one day. But I don't work in like banging nightclubs where you can make $1,200 in a day or a night. But I also don't have the stress energy level of those bars either. So you just got to remember that I have another video about like how much do bartenders really make. There's a few specific sectors like crazy high-end nightclubs and really high-end fine dining that is kind of the outliers, and then pretty much everything else is kind of around the same level. And most bartenders that are full-time in the US make anywhere between 30 and 50. I would say that's probably 80% of the bartenders make between, 30 and probably less, like probably more towards $30,000 to $40,000 a year. So I don't know why there's this like mentality that you can get rich as a bartender. You definitely, in the few places you can, fine dining is the best way to go. The nightclub stuff isn't sustainable, and it's really hard to do more than just a couple nights a week, because most nightclubs only go off for, a couple nights a week, and then even then their sustainability in the market isn't usually, like anywhere you live, almost all nightclubs are cyclical. Like this place will be hot for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and then they kind of fade out, and then this other spot, it gets hot for like 6 months, a year, 2 years. So it's really hard to find a spot that's going to be consistent and steady over years and years and years and years and years, and to have more than like a couple of shifts there. So that's why I've always said I'm a fan of like the restaurant style bars. Just the consistency is there. You don't have to worry about the peaks and valleys as much. You don't have the crazy, just non-stop balls to the wall energy requirement of working in like a nightclub. You don't have the super late night hours, and so that's why I prefer this. But anyway, there you go. Noob, I'm curious. I never asked, do you have watched the show Bar Rescue? Not a big reality TV, but I think it's a really fun show to watch 2 seasons before it gets too old. Yeah, Noob, I actually was recruited to be on that show. The producers reached out to me to ask me to be like the expert on the show. Like all those episodes, they like bring in a bar expert person that helps train or retrain the staff after it gets a facelift or whatever. So I was, they interviewed me for that, but I totally fucked up my interview because the camera setting, I'm not techie. I'm such an idiot when it comes to the tech stuff. That's why I have Shake here helping me out and stuff. The camera, like one of their main things was like, do not have any filters on your camera. And I didn't realize that my camera was actually accidentally set to a setting that put a filter on it. And so my whole audition tape was completely worthless. And their thing is they get so many people that they reach out to that any sort of automatic disqualifiers like that will automatically get you up. So long story short, I didn't get on the show, even though the interviewer person really wanted me, but it's all good. But yes, I have watched those. It's a good show. It's a good time. It's good to see. It's good to watch that show because it shows you what a really fine-tuned bar should run like. Most bars are not. Most bars are very much like the dysfunctional mess that show comes into. So it's good for a bunch of reasons why you should check that show out. Brad the Rat, have you ever worked anywhere where the incumbent bartenders resent your effort and energy level because they're lazy bums? No, I have not. I can imagine that would suck though, Brad, but I have not. Because all the places that are Yeah, the places that I worked, it's been too. There's too. It gets too busy too often, and you can't have that. So they would be out. So if you don't have the ability to kick it out of first gear, then you're not going to make it. So, but I can imagine that would be annoying. And I would say to just keep smiling and don't worry about them because they're just mad that you're doing a better job than them. So don't rub it in their face, but don't let it bother you. What's your go-to shot when people ask you, just make me a shot? I give them tequila or whiskey. Or something hard. You know, like 151 Bacardi, just something gnarly. And they're like, oh, it's terrible. It's like, well, you should have told me then. You should don't ever say that. I like to give, when people say just give me something, I like to give them something really harsh and disgusting, just because it's funny. Not within 1,000 feet of a child care facility. Oh man, I'm way behind on comments. Sorry guys. Ryan Terpstra, I blaze all the time. Taking too fat of the hit, makes you throw up. Yep, there you go. Cross-faded. All right, sorry guys. I'll get caught up on these questions. I've been blabbing. Oh my god, it's 11 o'clock. Wow, it's really late. Stoked you guys are all hanging out. Cross-faded is the best faded. Yeah, as long as that first faded isn't too heavy. I'm with you. World's not ready for the humble grasshopper just yet. Nathan, I'm in North County too. Yeah, you guys hit me up, man. I definitely need people. If you're anywhere, any of you guys are watching, if you're in San Diego, or if you're re-watching this live stream after the fact and you didn't watch it live, send me an email, support@bartendingblueprint.com. Send me an email, tell me that you're in San Diego and you're willing to be a guinea pig on my show. I promise I'll be cool, make you look cool, and it'll be a lot of fun. And it doesn't matter if you're not even a bartender yet, even if you're just like wanting to become a bartender. Or if you've been a bartender for 10 years and you're slanging at the hottest club, I want to interview you. So hit me up, fellas, guys, girls, whoever. And I'll put you on the show. Single as a Pringle. Wish you have a couple beers. Live in Arizona. That's right, next time. Yeah, San Diego, but shy. I have a lot of bartender friends. I'm sending them your way. Yeah. Please, Bruce, do it. At first, if they don't know who I am, they might go like, you want me to do what? So tell them to come watch the show and see if they're into it. And if they are, then send me an email. BC Productions. How should someone underage 19 start learning how to bartend? You got to do it at home, buddy. You got to do it at home. Bruce Baja, 4th of July bar. I would expect to make 600 on that day. Yeah. It's a big day for some bars. You know what's funny is like at our bar, it's actually 4th of July is a really slow day. It's really weird. Crazy. All their day is 1 to 200. It's a pretty good spot. Sounds like Bruce. Rather right. I have a poster of Tom Cruise from the movie Cocktail on my ceiling that I go to sleep awake to staring at. I'm looking at Tom right now. If that's true, that's hilarious, Brad. I love your commitment. Patrick Provost, have you ever been a young manager? I consider myself a young manager now, sir. If so, was it a good experience or was it a waste of time? I'm just afraid it would be really tough for not as much money. So a lot of times, especially if you're in an establishment that's pretty busy and the service staff, like the bartenders or servers, are making good money, a lot of times a management position is kind of moving backwards in pay, for sure. So you'll make less money, you work more hours, you have more responsibility. So most of the time, most people don't do it. I actually had a few offers for management that I turned down until I got to my current position because I'm still just basically a bartender who also, like makes the schedule and just basically gives tips to the boss, and that's it. I'm not like the manager on duty where I don't ever have shifts where I'm like managing and walking around. I'm always bartending, but also the unofficial bar manager. So I understand your point there, Patrick, that it's sometimes not as attractive. So it just depends on where you want to go in your career and your job. And if you don't want to go into management of other establishments or other industries, then I would say just stay behind the bar or keep serving tables. Yep, it's getting late, so I'm gonna shut this down soon, team. As Shake says there, make sure you follow me on all the social stuff. So at BartendingPro on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check me out on all the social stuff. Julian Puentes, I kind of have anxiety attacks here and there, and I went to bartending class, left because teacher told me I'm not right for it. With anxiety, I got mad. Fuck that guy. Anybody, I mean, any bartending, okay, Julian, here's what you want, here's what you should do. I don't know where you are. I don't know where you are at in the world, but if you have anything like, what's it called? It's getting late. My brain is starting not to work. Toastmasters, right? So Toastmasters is something where you go to speak publicly. You're in Miami. All right, awesome. So go find a Toastmasters near you. So Toastmasters is public speaking. I think the biggest fear that people have from bartending, they think it's because they don't know the drinks. In reality, I think it's because they're not used to talking in front of people. Because bartending is sort of like public speaking. Because you're like behind this bar and it's like, not really. I don't want to put that into your head if that's not there. But I personally think the reason why most people stress out about this job is because it feels like that, but they don't really realize it. And they think that it's from them not knowing a bunch of drinks. In reality, you don't need to know a bunch of drinks to be a bartender, really. You know, I have that list of like 15 that you need to know, and that's about it. Most of your bartending that you do in most bars is really simple. So I think the anxiety generally comes from being in front of people and not being comfortable talking to strangers. So go find a Toastmasters, go practice just speaking in front of people, and just realize that it's not a big deal, and that the more you do it, it'll just get more comfortable. And even if the first time you do it, you feel like you're going to have a fucking heart attack, that will go away. So you just got to keep working on it, and it'll come. And if you want it enough, you'll get over it. And if you don't really want it, then you might not, and that would be a sign that you might want to look for something else. But don't let some douchebag from a bartending school tell you that you can't do this shit. Makes me mad. Okay, off my soapbox. Good, ended up leaving. Fuck those guys. I gotta take off. All right, Shake. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. I'll see you next week, and not at 2 in the morning. Sorry to do that so late to you, my man. Mario Lay, did you get discount when you get alcohol for your home? I don't. I pay full price for my shit. I get half price of the stuff that I buy at work, but my boss doesn't sell me bottles. That's just like single drinks that I buy there. What are your feelings, Charles Anthony Cano? What are your feelings on flair bartending? I think it's a hobby that I don't have time for. Most bars don't let you do it because they don't like flying glass and shit. Nathan in here, I'll put up my email. It's for at BartendingPro. No, Bartending Blueprint. So that's my email down there, you guys. If anybody wants to send me an email and be on the show, if you're anywhere near San Diego. Okay, anyway, so yeah. Flair, Charles, not really a fan of it. I mean, I'm not personally, I don't have time, right? Because most bars you can't do it. It's one of those things where you need to spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours in your garage or your living room juggling bottles and shit. So I just have too many hobbies. I got too many other things. I don't have time. Most bars you can't do it. So it looks cool. It is one of those things that it's like almost a separate sport or a separate activity from like working bartending. It's more extreme showmanship. So it's cool. If you're interested in it, check it out. But I can like spin bottles or like a glass in my hand or like maybe throw a little, I get very, very, very basic. I'm going to have a Flair video. Actually, that reminds me, that's one I need to put on this little list about Flair bartending. Okay, sorry, updating my need to shoot list here. Okay, I am pumped for Tom. Right on. Thanks, Brad. I missed that. All right. So, Mario, how old are you right now? I am 41 years old. Can you believe that shit? Of course, if you look at these gray hairs, it's not that surprising. Woo! Triple bottle juggle. Candy, enjoy your night. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging in there. Brad says, bro, wine and cheese tastings are here on the East Coast. Good money. You don't have to be a master sommelier. Yeah. Anything works. Julian Puentes, planning on going back soon. Just different class teacher. Yeah, fuck those guys. Thanks for the response. I've been watching your videos for a while and can honestly say they've been helping me along my path in the industry. Welcome, Patrick. Anytime, buddy. Bugs Promo, my guy, what's up? Checking on you. Hope all is well. Thank you, sir. Doing well. Good to see you. Long time no chat. All right, good night, people. Thank you for your time. All right, guys. Yeah, we're going to call it here. It's getting late. Thank you all for showing up. Appreciate it. Remember, if you're anywhere in San Diego and you want to be on the show, shoot me an email, support@bartendingblueprint.com. Yeah, Bruce of Baja. Flair is a waste of time if you're at a fast place. The place I work, bartenders go and make drinks and make money. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you don't. That's the other thing about Flair is it's really slow. Like the movie Cocktail, I watched that. It's like, oh yeah, that's great. Except for like you have a bar full of people and nobody's getting drinks. So it's really slow. It's dangerous. Most places don't allow you to do it. So it's one of those things that, like I said, it's like an extra hobby that's going to be not really associated with your bartending job at most places. If you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe so you can get notifications anytime these live streams come out and any new videos come out. I got a bunch of stuff that I shot yesterday, so I'm gonna have new videos coming out, like standard videos coming out. Let's see, Jerson Valdez, what do you think about bars not hiring because you don't fit the look, even if you have the experience or know more than the current staff? So, Jerson Valdez, if you are in the United States, discrimination based on appearance is illegal unless they can show that it is required for the job, aka like a Hooters is the easiest one to point to. Which, if you're in the U.S., you probably know what Hooters is. It's in a restaurant bar establishment where the girls are svelte and dressed in tight clothing, and it's part of the requirements for the job. Now, if you're just in a general bar or an environment, discriminating on looks is completely illegal. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen all the time. So your choices are either just take it in the shorts and can't do anything about it, or you can try to take them to court and sue the shit out of them. So those are your options. Generally, I would just say fuck you if you don't want to hire me, because what's really going to happen? Maybe you get a settlement out of it, but I don't know. I'd say just move on and don't move there. Charles Cano, do you do any kind of flair to get a bigger tip? No. Bigger tips come from personal interactions, or if you're in a really busy place, speed and making more drinks. So if you're in a place where you can sit there and talk shop, that's going to do way more than like juggling some shit. Or again, if you're at a place that's really busy, just turning and burning to make more money. Taylor McLean, what's a drink to make at a party that isn't too simple? Like I said, margaritas are a good one. Old fashions are a pretty good one that are delicious but simple enough. You can do like a Cosmo if you got some girls coming over. It's pretty simple. Find out what they like. What do they drink? And then figure it out from there. Rashid V, thank you so much. Sweet. Thanks, you guys. Pringle. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Interview version of Flair. Yeah, I'm going to do that Flair video soon. Hoping you get slammed. Oh, wait. Sorry. Yeah, that would be good. Interesting new version of Flair. That would help improve when you are just getting slammed with business. Yeah, you can't do Flair when it's busy. You can't do Flair. If you ever make your way to Texas, so I'd like to meet you. Yeah, of course, Charles. I always do these live streams. So each week, 8 p.m. usually, not 9:30 like I started tonight. 8 p.m. Pacific West Coast, United States, California time is when I do these every Tuesday. So I'll keep in touch with y'all. Yeah, Franco, Orange County. Yeah, you're close. Hit me up, buddy. And T always catching you at the end again. Here's some very odd hour tonight. Yeah, it's been late tonight, Lana. Hope it was a good one. Sorry I wasn't able to catch it. Been through it today. Hopefully you can sleep well. Bruce says gets big tips to serve drinks and serve them right. I'm sure you'll get good tips if you make your customers tipsy. Yep. Drunk people tip pretty well. Too drunk, they don't. But all right, cool, you guys. Do you have a good recipe for an old fashioned? Yeah, I gotta go check out Charles. I got a video, so go look at my videos. I have one for old fashioned. Go watch that, and just go check out search old fashioned on my videos, and it'll come up. Taylor McLean, first time I've ever seen you live. Do you do this often? I do. Never mind, just answer your question. All right, cool. There you go. Good night. Day off tomorrow. Hit Del Mar Fair tomorrow. Come visit me, Bruce. I'll be in Fuego in Del Mar tomorrow night, 5:30, at right down the street from you. All right, buddy. And that's it for y'all. So I'm gonna cut it off there. It's getting late. I'm sure my wife is wondering where the fuck I am. Follow me on all the social media stuff at BartendingPro, and subscribe if you're a new viewer. If you want to support this channel directly, you could do that over at patreon.com/BartendingPro. Did I cut you off, Brad? What did I miss, man? What do you got? What do we got? What do you got? What do you got? Peace out. I saw peace out. What are you talking about, buddy? And, right? Did I miss something? Sorry if I missed something. I missed it. I don't know. I saw peace out. That's all I saw, buddy. Or you can become a member over at bartendingblueprint.com, where's the website that I have set up for you to teach you basically how the steps of actually becoming, like, learning and then going out. Like, how do you go out? How do you knock on doors? How do you drop resumes? How does the interview go? How do you get the job? That's what the Bartending Blueprint is. And if you're curious about that, you might want to wait a little bit, like a week or so, because I think I'm going to switch that over to be completely donation based. Just kind of another one of my giving back to you guys. I think I just want to make that completely donation based. And oh, okay, thanks, Brad. I got you. So let me know what you think about that. But that's it, you guys. Thanks for coming out and hanging on this late night live edition of Making You a Bartending Pro. My name is Jason. I'll see you guys again soon. Next week, same time, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard, West Coast, United States, California time, every Tuesday. And keep your eyes peeled. I got a bunch of new videos coming out, like standard videos. Should start posting them at least by Friday and maybe earlier. So keep your eyes out for that. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate the support. Love y'all. And I'll see you next week.